Hey YouTube, welcome back to Universe X, and today we got a little bit of random news on the Facebook page. It's pretty cool. They are starting to leak the Giraffe Box 6 cards, and so we got just a couple to go over today, and I just wanted to talk about them briefly, see what your opinion was on them, kind of put mine on there at first glance. You know how it goes. But at the same time, as I always say, if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, think about going down and hitting that button. Think about, hitting that notification button so you get all the updates on these videos, and I will continue pumping out content. Starting to get really revved up, and I'm just happy to create more and more videos about this TCG. So, first card on the list, we've got a Bergamo Giant Force. It's a Unison, and it starts off really cool. Like, this card gains 3,000 power for each marker on it. Awesome. This guy can get beefy, right? Once per turn, when your opponent attacks this card, add a marker to this card. Yo, like, already this is very flavorful. And then you get add a marker to this card for 0, so that's cool. I mean, you can gain one on your turn, he can gain one on your opponent's turn, and then -2, play up to 1 skill as battle card or Universe 9 card with an energy cost of 2 or less from your deck in rest mode and shuffling. Alright, look. Some people use the doggos in yellow decks. This guy doesn't bring out some of the... I don't know. I am kind of just mad on this card because I love his first half. It just seems really cool and flavorful, and then his second half, I mean, the skill of support is cool, I guess, and bringing out the Universe 9 2 or less is kind of cool, but in rest modes they can get swung on. It's odd for me. It's odd for me because they're not going to be trying to swing on this card, most likely. It's not really doing enough for you to want to get off the board. It's going to eventually become a sort of big dude, so teach their own. Next card, Demon God Demigra, True Power Unleashed. Alrighty then. I saw this card instantaneously. I was like, yo bro, what? Overwhelm 5 for 2 energy. Dark Overwhelm 5 for 2 energy. Auto, when this card is played using Overwhelm or Dark Overwhelm, draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and send it to its owner's warp. When this card attacks, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and sends it to their warp. Okay, so this guy can be brought out on your first turn in many a black deck and start swinging for 30k pressure while warping cards from your opponent's hand. What is this? Like, this card, the power level on this card to me is insane, especially with the Dark Overwhelm bit, because again, there are like lots of the black decks, they are 100% black. They will be able to Dark Overwhelm this card on turn 1, whether it's a leader activation and then a Hatchiac or something. This is just absolutely, well, okay, I said turn 1, turn 2, because of course it costs 2 energy, but yeah, like, this card is wonderful. Like, this is a savage 2-drop. Like, it's great, and it's gonna draw and remove something, and then it's gonna start warping cards every turn, and it's 30k. Like, they can't swing over this in the first like turn or 2 that it's on board. This card is nutty on the power scale. Like, just make no mistake about that. It's just absolutely nutty. Woo! Draft box already having value cards. Next, Explosive Demon Wave. Energy Exhaust, counter. If your leader card is red and you choose 1 red card in your hand and discard it, negate the battle card's counterattack skill. Then switch up to 1 of your blue energy to active mode at the end of the turn. Activate main. Send this card from your drop area to the warp. Look at the top card of your deck. If it's a multicolor extra card, add it to your hand. Otherwise, place it on top of your deck. Cool. So, clearly, Invoker bait. We have a counter for Invoker, and that is actually pretty cool. But the thing is, you counter the counter, you have to discard a card, and it stops a counter attack. So yes, this can stop your opponent from using baby monkeys against you. Yes, this can stop your opponent from dropping the super baby 2s on you. But it only negates the counter attacks. It doesn't negate the counter like plays and stuff like that. So but it's still another tool for Invoker to use. The only thing I don't really like about it is that it's definitely not turn a power theme, but it's clearly an Invoker card. Just feel like they could have named it differently, and they could have put a different picture on it. It would have been fine. So I mean, that's pretty cool. Like, they could have had Special Beam Cannon Kamehameha with Gohan and Piccolo, and this would have been totally Invoker themed and would have had my boys on it. So, but no, this card adds another option, and I feel like with Baby coming out the way it is, Invoker needs some more tools to be able to still be considered control when Baby, a true control deck, exists. Moving on to the next one, King Piccolo, the new ruler. Double strike, permanent. If your leader card is red, this card gets 5,000 power and your opponent cannot activate blocker in response to this card's attack. Activate main, if you have a red Unison in play with 3 or more count markers on it, play this card from your hand and you can't play copies of this card from the turn. At the end of your turn, send this card to its owner's warp. Okay, so the cool thing about this guy is that in lots of red decks, there are some very, very, very prime Unison cards, whether it be the Omega Shenron, whether it be the Jiren. I mean, Pilaf uses this. Even in the Broly deck, you can use Kale, and Kale will stack up very fast because you're a swap chain, and then you just bring this guy in. He's like a free double striker in almost any red deck, because most red decks do have some, like I said, good quality Unisons. So this guy's just generically good, and he's an out of nowhere type of card. You could literally, like, you're out of your swings and then just King Piccolo and swing in for double strike and try to pile everything on him. So this is a generally good card. Like, I'm already seeing a fair amount of strong value in this set. This card, Bardock Great Ape Assault Wire. I don't know if it's just gonna be a trend, every draft box having a dumb ape, but Bardock Great Ape Assault, double strike blocker. I'm already just kind of not about it in terms of what it's going to do to the game, not what it does, because it's excellent. EX Evolve 2 blue on a blue Bardock with an energy cost of 2 or more. That's like almost every blue Bardock. Permanent, when using this card's Evolve skill from your hand, you can choose battle cards from your energy and play this card in active mode. So you just need to charge a Bardock and you can evolve this card. Alright. Your leader card is a blue sand card. When a card in your energy evolves into this card, draw 1 card. And at the end of the turn, switch this card to an active mode and place the top card of your deck in your energy. Why? Okay, so let's just hear what this card does. Okay, 2 blue to evolve from your energy. He is a double strike 20k swinger that can come out on turn 2 at the earliest. Then he is going to switch himself back to active mode so he can block. Then he's going to ramp you one night. Alright, cool. Enough said. Like, I don't really think we need to linger on this card. It's stupid for no reason. And I think this card is just gonna cost money. I'm already kind of mad about it, but it is what it is. So I think it also kind of gives SS4 Vegeta a little more direction in terms of building, because this card slots right into it, and you definitely know you could play some Bardocks in there. Next card, I like this one a lot. Hiri Dragon, a kind friend. Auto, yellow. If you have 2 or more energy and it's your opponent's turn, at the end of a battle where this card is used to combo from your hand, play up to 2 skill-less battle cards with an energy cost of 1 from your deck through drop area. Or deck or drop area, then shuffle your deck if you look through it. And if you look through it, you can activate auto skill copies on this card for the turn. Okay, so now we actually have a unique situation, and I just wanted to reference, the yellow Gohan leader one more time, just to make sure that this is a once per battle kind of deal. Because I think it's a once per battle, and if it is, we have some really funny things we can do here. So the Gohan leader, right, is, activate battle once per turn. If this card is in a battle and there's a monster in your combo area, draw 1 card. Okay, cool. So now that we've seen that, what I can just openly tell you is that the Black Goku Jr. and Son Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. Exceed. I said Black Exceed. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Unison card it's going to be able to fish 2 vanillas from your deck or raid. However, on your opponent's turn, now you can keep a yellow energy up and fish 2 when they swing on your leader. And the funny thing about it is, if your opponent swings on your leader and you just go, oh, okay, I just gotta give away 5k. You put this guy on there, you draw a card, and then you drop 2 vanillas to the field. So this deck now has far too many, like a total of, if you wanted to, 8 copies of cards that are going to just allow you to thin out your deck for vanillas and build a board. And then, you know, you have your Hiri Dragon and Gohan that will boost them by 5k, you know. You've got your Unison, the black Unison again, which plus ones them for 5k. These could be 20k. Like, just, this is a very, very nice card for the archetype, and I'm happy to see it. The next card, Herodoguard, Phantasmic Evolution, critical, EX Evolve, Herodoguard with an injury cost of 4. When this card is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill or KO'd, play 1 Herodoguard card with an injury cost of 4 or 9 from your deck or hand. Shuffle your deck if you look through it, and you can't play copies of this card for the turn. If you didn't play a battle card, choose 2 cards in your opponent's hand and discard them. Activate battle, KO this card, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards and KO them. Okay, so this activate battle, if I'm reading this correctly, you can activate this battle, KO it, and then just search a monster. Like, this is a lot of power on a stick. EX Evolve for free, critical on a 25k, and the only thing though is you can swing, and then for not letting the critical go through, you can KO this card and KO 2 of your opponent's cards, and then summon. This is a lot of power, and I know Herodoguard's mostly blue, but blue-green has always been kind of a strong just color combination, and now you have the ability to use it pretty freaking well with this great addition to the Herodoguard deck. I'm not sure if it's going to take it off the ground again, but this is a strong card. The next one, Intersecting Fates. Activate main. If your leader card is blue, look to the top 2 cards of your deck, add up to 1 card amongst them to your hand, and then place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. At the end of the turn, select up to 1 of your mono blue energy and put it active mode. This is a control card. Like, this is a scry effect, just a pure scry draw effect. It's gonna solidify your next draw, stabilize the way you pick up cards, and it's going to even untap at the end of the turn, leaving you able to better defend yourself after using it. This is the definition of a control card. It's not even close. Yeah, there's nothing really much more to say about that. It's just that's just how it is. So now we've got Songoku, Unwavering Conviction, Energy Exhaust, Double Strike, Arrival Red-Green for 1 green. He's a 20k, and once per turn, you can place up to 1 card from your opponent's combo area into the owner's drop area, then choose 1 of your Unison cards or battle cards other than this card and gains plus 5,000. It's really cool that he can pump Unisons because you can't defensively combo, so it's actually just very hot that he can do that on your opponent's turn, but he can also pump them up so they can swing better offensively. And Double Strike 20k is nothing to scoff at when his Arrival only costs 1 green. So this is kind of some hyper aggro type card, and I'm here for it. You got Corn Tower's Medicine or Secret Medicine. If your leader card is red, choose up to 1 or choose 1 of your cards and it gains plus 5k for the turn. And if it's your opponent's turn, choose up to 1 of your opponent's cards, ignoring barrier, and it gets minus 5,000. So this either boosts your opponent or boosts your card by 5,000, or it makes a total of 10,000 worth of deficit when you're defending with it. But it's 1 energy, and I just feel like there are better 1 energy plays. That could be wrong. Lord Slug, Giant Force, critical on this 15k Unison for 2. We will take that. Plus 1, you may choose 1 card in your hand and discard it. If you do, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and it gains minus 10,000. That's a kill spell. That's a kill spell on his front side. As long as you got it, all you got to do is discard a card. Auto, if your leader card is red, when your opponent activates a counter skill, deal 1 damage to him. So if you manage to get him up to 4, or to 5 actually, minusing 4 is pretty cool because, especially in the right place, you know, you could have them at 2 life and swing once, and they have to negate. If they know they have to negate to, you know, stop you from killing them, bam, that's 1 life right there, and they can't use Sparking, they can't do any of that. So this is actually, I think, a really solid card. I just need to see where it slots. Lord Slug, Super Namekian, unique, Barrier. When you see unique, you already know the card's about to be good. Permanent Bond 2. When this card is in rest mode, your opponent cannot add cards from their deck to their hand and using non-leader card skills. So that's pretty intense. Cuts off the entire deck's worth of draw and search except for the leader skill. Activate main yellow. If your leader card is yellow and a Lord Slug's Army card, you can discard this card from your hand, play it to 1 Slug's Army with an energy cost of 1 from your deck, then shuffle your deck. So this starts the whole bond process going, and for 1 energy, you can fish out of 1 drop. Next card, SS3 Songoku, Fist of Fortitude, Triple Strike, Barrier. Activate main. If your leader card is green and you choose 1 card in your hand and discard it, choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring Barrier. This is very key text, and KO it. Then choose 1 of your opponent's Unison cards and remove 2 markers from it. That's strong. Activate main. Green. If your leader card is green, you discard this card from your hand. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's Unison cards and remove a marker from it. I'm liking the ability for these cards to be used on field and in hand because it feels like they're never quite dead, you know? And now the last card, Toa, Dark Demon Realm Scientist. Permanent. This card can't attack. It has 2 or fewer counters on it. Always hard to hear. But then again, it's an X, so you can kind of set the pace for that. Once per turn, when 1 of your opponent's battle cards is removed from the battlefield by a skill or KO, add a marker to this card. That's neat. That's going to happen regardless. +0. Choose 1 card in your hand and discard it. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 3 or less and send it to its owner's board. Okay, so its +0 is going to remove a card and then auto when it's +1. I don't know why that wasn't condensed, but I'm sure it's just going over my head right now. -4. Activate main. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and gain control of it. Now that's pretty hot. That's actually really, really hot. And I mean, it just yoinks any creature that doesn't have barrier. So that's very, very flavorful, and I like it a lot. So yeah, those are the cards. I believe there's like 12 of them. No, 14 of them that I just went over. Those are my opinions on them. I just want to know your opinions on them. Leave them down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you rate anything higher than the rest. I just want to hear your opinions too. So again, thank you guys for watching. If you like the content, like the video, maybe subscribe, and I will see you guys next time you decide to join Universe X. Later.